Behold the 72 demons of Solomon. Meet Stolas, number 36 out of 72. He is not a demon of fire or chains. He is a demon of stars. Where others rule over lust, war, or disease, Stolas rules over the quiet, cold light above you and the secret life of everything that grows beneath your feet. In the Ars Goetia, Stolas is described as a great prince of hell, commanding 26 legions of spirits. He does not appear as a horned giant or a burning titan. He appears first as an owl, a long-legged spectral owl, eyes wide, feathers dark as ink, perched on nothing, as if the air itself were a branch. Sometimes he is shown with a crown, sometimes with symbols of the night sky behind him. Only afterward, say the grimoires, can he take on the form of a man, but even then the eyes remain wrong, too bright, too watchful, too old. Stolas is not about brute fear. He is about awareness, the feeling of being watched when you study the sky at 3 a.m. and suddenly feel that the sky is studying you back. Stolas' domain is knowledge, but not the same kind of knowledge as Astaroth or Paimon. Paimon is about minds, power, influence. Astaroth is about memory, truth, and disillusionment. Stolas governs two very specific, very old arts: astronomy, knowledge of the stars, planets, and the structure of the heavens; herbs and stones, knowledge of plants, roots, minerals, and their hidden properties; sky and earth, above and below; cosmos and soil. He teaches the way the stars move, the way seasons shift, how time can be measured in light. He also teaches which herbs heal, which intoxicate, which kill slowly and quietly. He is the demon of patterns that repeat in the sky, and patterns that root themselves in the ground. Before telescopes and laboratories, people looked to the sky and the earth to learn what the gods wanted. The stars were calendars, clocks, omens. The herbs were medicine, poison, and sacrament. Whoever understood both controlled life and death. The one who could say, plant now, harvest then, drink this, not that, travel under this constellation, never under that one, could rule a village without an army. Stolas represents that kind of power, knowledge that isn't just information, but survival. Those who seek Stolas are rarely casual. They are not asking for a quick love spell or a fleeting thrill. They are seekers of structure, the occultist who wants to understand how celestial cycles connect with events on Earth, the herbalist who wants deeper intuition about plant spirits beyond chemistry and into something older, the astrologer who suspects that the sky does not just influence us but mirrors something inside us, the witch, the healer, the poisoner, who understands that every cure is a potential weapon and every poison is a potential cure. Stolas does not give them power in one night. He gives them systems. He whispers patterns. This star rises when this plant blooms. This herb flourishes when this planet is strong. This cycle returns every few years. Watch what happens to people when it does. He does not say, "Here is your spell." He says, "Here is the blueprint. Draw your own conclusions." In the imagery of hell, Stolas' realm is not a fiery pit, but a library observatory that never closes. Imagine a black tower rising from a wasteland, its top open to a sky that is not like ours, too close, too sharp, the constellations twisted into unfamiliar shapes. Inside, the walls are lined with shelves, not just of books, but of scrolls made from skins that once breathed, herb bundles hung to dry, jars of soil from places older than any kingdom on earth. In the highest chamber beneath a cold, eternal night stands an enormous astrolabe, turning by itself, mapping constellations of both stars and spirits. On its edge, half in shadow, perched like a gargoyle, sits Stolas, sometimes owl, sometimes man, on a throne of roots and bones, always watching. He does not wander the tower shouting commands. He waits for those who dare to climb all the way up with a question worthy of his time. Stolas is not interested in small talk. He is not impressed by, "Make them love me," or "Make me rich." To approach Stolas, in the stories, is to come with a different kind of hunger. Show me how things really work. Show me what connects the sky and the ground, and he can show you, he can explain how certain star alignments have coincided with plagues, wars, revelations. He can reveal why certain plants became sacred in different cultures without those cultures ever meeting. He can lead you through a chain of associations, a star, a metal, a herb, a god, a part of the human body, a type of illness, a style of dream, until you see that nothing in your life has ever been completely random. There is always a pattern, but there is a cost to seeing too many patterns. When Stolas teaches you the herbs, he shows you both faces of each plant. He points at a simple leaf and says, "This calms a racing heart, and this, in greater dose, stops it forever." He shows you a root and says, "This one opens the mind to visions, but repeated too often, it never closes fully again." He teaches you that the line between medicine and poison is not just dose, it is intention. In the same way, he teaches you that the line between sacred observation and obsessive superstition is thin. You can learn the sky so well that you no longer see the people in front of you, only their charts. You can learn plants so deeply that every forest becomes a pharmacy, and you forget that it is also a living being. Stolas does not stop you from crossing that line. He merely gives you the tools and watches. Psychologically, Stolas can be seen as the spirit of deep pattern recognition. He is there when someone looks at history and sees cycles repeating, looks at their own life and realizes they have been doing the same thing every few years, with different faces and places, studies, science, magic, or art, and reaches the point where everything starts to connect. For some, this brings enlightenment. For others, paranoia. Because once you see connections everywhere, you might start to see them where they do not exist. That is one of the silent dangers of Stolas. He can teach you the language of symbols so well, you start hearing voices in every coincidence, and not all of those voices are his. Unlike many demons, Stolas is rarely described as cruel or vicious. In several texts, he is called good-natured toward the magician. But good-natured does not mean safe. It means he is not interested in your suffering for its own sake. He is interested in what you become after you learn. He is the strict teacher who doesn't shout, doesn't hit, doesn't insult. He just keeps opening doors of understanding and refuses to close them again. You thought you wanted to know how the universe is structured. You thought that would give you peace. Instead, you might discover just how fragile everything is. Ecosystems, societies, bodies, beliefs. You realize that one shift in a cycle, one missing plant, one disrupted season, could unravel systems you thought unbreakable. Knowledge becomes both a comfort and a burden. Stolas will not remove that burden. He considers it part of the lesson. So what is Stolas really? He is the demon of the night sky that makes you feel both tiny and awake. The forest floor full of medicines and poisons you walk past every day. The moment when you stop seeing events as isolated and start seeing patterns linking them. He is not the monster in your closet. He is the presence behind your curiosity when you stare at constellations or crumble a leaf between your fingers and ask, what else is hiding in this? You don't have to believe in demons to encounter Stolas. You meet him every time you dive so deep into a subject that the world around you bends to match what you've learned. Every time you see connections that others are blind to. Every time your knowledge isolates you as much as it empowers you. That quiet, watching feeling above your head and beneath your feet, that is his atmosphere. Behold Stolas, Prince of Hell, Owl of the Void, Astronomer of the Damned, Herbalist of the Threshold. He does not ask, do you dare summon me? He asks something more dangerous. Do you truly want to understand, even if understanding changes you forever? And if your answer, in your heart, is yes, you may already be climbing his tower, step by silent step, toward the place where the stars and the roots finally meet.